Well, Donald Trump has won the Iowa caucus in landslide victory with the 2024 US presidential race heating up. Mr Trump's win was so convincing that some US networks started calling it just 31 minutes after the process began. American in Oz, Sara James joins us now. Sara, good morning.
Yes, that was a slam dunk.
Was it ever?
Yeah, and if you want to know a sign that Trump is winning is when he's complimenting you.
Ooh.
If he criticizes you, then you're trouble and he's looking in his rearview mirror. But if he's being magnanimous, he considers that you are toast. And he was full of compliments for all of his rivals, including Ron DeSantis, who, for example, visited all 99 counties and did not win a single one. And Nikki Haley, who's been moving up in the polls, but moving down to third place in New Hampshire. So really a convincing win.
Unless there's something really dramatic in either New Hampshire next or South Carolina, Donald Trump has got this nomination locked up. Shut the gates.
Well, I think that's right. I mean, obviously, all eyes are on New Hampshire on the 23rd, which is just next week. And Nikki Haley is hoping to do a 1-2 punch. She really wants to win or come in a very, very close second in New Hampshire. She spent a lot of time there. And then, of course, South Carolina. She was the governor of South Carolina, so she's hoping for a good finish there. But absent that, yes, I mean, you're looking at the Republican nominee. And I think a couple things for that. Number one, passion. This used to be the Democrats' strength. It used to be said that Democrats fall in love and Republicans fall in line.
Yep.
Turn that on its head.
Yep.
Republicans are in love with their candidate. These are a different kind of Republicans, and they really care about Donald Trump. And Democrats are kind of, stubbing their toes and going, okay, do we have to, for President Biden? Also, they are both incumbents. Now, I know that currently the president of the United States is President Joe Biden, but the reality is that both of these men are running as, with that kind of mantle of they've done that.
There's a lot of talk about the second place, and Ron DeSantis, he polled above
Nikki Haley.
Thank you very much, Nikki Haley. Was that a surprise? I mean, he did do a lot of work on the ground, obviously, but a lot of people thought Nikki Haley might get there, and she's expected to do well in the next.
Yes,
yeah.
Well, they actually came very close. I mean, there's only one delegate. I mean, first of all, let's just put in perspective, and I think we have a slide of this. I mean, the numbers here,
yes.
What's fascinating about Iowa is that this state with not a very big population has just outsized heft, right? So there's about 2,400 votes in a convention anyway, about 1,200 that you're supposed to, that you need to win. And of that, look at Iowa, 40 delegates are up for grabs out of the 1,215 that you need to win the convention. And New Hampshire has a giant 22. So look at the importance, all the media attention, everything that goes to these. And so DeSantis got 9, Haley got 8. So there's really only one vote. So here's the key thing you need to know. It is about the perception. That's simply how the game is played. So right now, she also dissed Iowa a little bit and suggested that New Hampshire could correct. Oh boy, those are just, that was an oopsie daisy. She corrected it, but it was a little bit too late on that. But don't count her out yet. Boy, is America just, I mean, Michael, you know this, right? I mean, you can say this is absolutely going to happen.
Locked in conventional wisdom, yada, 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 all of that. But events pop up, don't they?
They do. So here's what Nikki Haley is really hoping for. She wants to be seen as the really sensible, centrist, if you will, typical Republican candidate. And she's played mostly a very smart game, and she really has put a lot of attention on New Hampshire. So if there's a surprise, if she either wins in New Hampshire, which would be a surprise, or comes in a really close second, well, firstly, expect Trump not to be saying nice things about her. And secondly, expect her to get a little bit more oomph, a little bit more attention on all the news shows. And you can see things change. But the last thing I'll say, people have made up their mind about Donald Trump a long time ago, and they seem to be rusted on. I have a friend in Michigan right now, and she said, the people she's talking to, they just love him. Go back to passion. Americans, it's a visceral thing. They really like the person they vote for president. And time and again, that's what we see.
And we're seeing signs that enthusiasm level is not there for Joe Biden within Democratic ranks. So it could be a very interesting race.
It's going to be interesting. It always is.